David, it's the first time that you and I have got the opportunity to speak. So how's it been at MK Dons since you've joined the club?
Yeah, it's been great. Obviously, from the moment the manager asked me to come in with him, we came in. I know how obviously the manager's worked. I've worked with him at Ipswich. I know it was through the youth system there, but I think that's where our relationship came about. So for a start, I knew how he worked. I knew his values. I knew that we matched up that way. Then his philosophy on how to play football was the same as well. And then as you come in, the players have been brilliant as well. So everything's been, to be fair, everything's gone great. It's run really smoothly, which has made like the transition for myself a lot easier.
Now, more often than not, on game days, we see you up in the stands rather than down in the dugout with Liam and the rest of his team. What is it that you see from up there, and what is it that you do from up there?
It's the tactical stuff, really. So obviously we watch a number of games of the opposition. So we go into every game with a tactical plan of how to stop them playing, how to nullify their threats, and then obviously on the other side of the coin is how we can hurt them. And I think from that bird's eye view, you do get a different look at the game. So it's more about me giving information to Chris and the manager to tell them what I'm seeing, and they obviously tell me what they're seeing as well, and we try and match things up because I think being so far away from the pitch, what you don't get is a feel for the game. They get more of a feel for the game and what it looks like, where I get that bird's eye view and get the real look at it tactically. So with the more information we've got, I think the better chance you've got of making of better decisions. So and I think it was one of them things that even the three of us haven't done before. So it's actually building that relationship up of over games of finding out the information that's needed at particular times. Working out when Chris doesn't want me shouting down his ear hole and vice versa. So it's a new experience for me, but something that I'm thoroughly enjoying.
So obviously that's done through like earpieces and stuff. But are you guys in constant communication with each other from the dugout to where you are in the gantry?
Yeah. Chris has the earpiece in. So I think when it's quiet between me and Chris, there's probably a good chance that things are going quite well. So yeah, when it's busy, it's the other way around. But like I say, I think we're getting used to it now, and I think the information that we pass to each other has been, like I say, has been getting better and better.
So something interesting you mentioned actually in your last answer there was that you're still getting used to working with each other. I mean, that's something that I suppose a lot of people don't take into account, isn't it? The management team comes in and it's probably about, most people think players working with the staff, but sometimes it's the staff learning to work together as well to get the best out of each other.
Yeah, definitely. I think the last time we were all together, we were all academy coaches at Ipswich. So obviously the gaffer moved on and worked for the Man City group. Chris was the 23s in Newcastle. Myself, I was at Norwich with the 23s. So even though we always kept in touch. It's the first time we've worked together with a senior team really. So it's us getting to know each other intimately again, and obviously we've got Lewis as well. Lewis was at Bournemouth, so we've got four of us. Even though we've known each other a long time, it's building that working relationship. And everyone being satisfied with obviously the roles they've got at the end of each day.
Well, it certainly feels like you've hit the ground running with the way that the team's been performing in these first few months, doesn't it?
I think that's down to the players. The players have been fantastic since we've been in. They're a young group. I mean, saying that a young group, but Skip's been in this morning watching his clips from the weekend. So when you've got someone who's played 850 games, who he was basically a culture architect for the lads. They look at him and seeing him doing his clips, and Warren's in the office now doing his clips, and Scott Twine's coming in a minute. It is down to the group. You know, the managers asked them to play a certain way and do things, and the lads have just lapped it up. They can't get enough of it, which is full credit to them, really. You know, they really want to improve as individuals, and as they improve as individuals, then collectively we'll get better as well.
That must make your life so much easier as a coach, then, knowing that you've got a group of players who want to improve themselves and are actively willing to listen to what you've got to say to them. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, like I say, they're so hungry to learn and get better. So it's, you know, every day we come in, it's been a joy to work with each and every one of them.
You mentioned Dean Lewington's massive number of appearances. You made a fair few yourself, over 500 in your career. You must have some great FA Cup memories from down the years.
Well, I mean, my memory's terrible, but there's been a few. I think probably the biggest, being an Everton fan, was probably have to go all the way back to '95 when we won the FA Cup. So that was great. I think probably the most recent one was a very good game, Chelsea away. They beat us 3-1. I remember. It's funny that we were talking about that game, and the first thing that came into my head was when I misjudged the flight of a ball, and Ballack took it on his chest and I think hit it first time, and it was that moment where you go, oh no, and it flew past the upright, which was which was quite handy for me, because that wouldn't have been a great start. It was about 5 minutes into the game, so no, great experiences. It's a great competition, and you know, we really want to go to Stevenage tomorrow and put a really good performance in, because, you know, we want to move forward in this competition as far as we can.
Obviously, you go into the game with them having a bit of a switch up behind the scenes. Does that make much of an impact on the way you guys approach it, or is it just strictly you shut the door on what they're doing and just look at yourselves?
Yeah, I mean, we look at it, we're not quite sure what they're going to do now. Where obviously when Alex was in charge, we had an idea of how they're going to play. We don't know who'll be in charge tomorrow. You know, they might put. I know they haven't had a lot of time to do any preparation, but they might tweak a system. They might change certain players. So on that part of it, we're not quite sure what they'll do. But then on our part, we concentrate on ourselves and make sure that the game plan that we've come up with, that we go there and we execute to the best of our ability.
I guess based on Saturday, you'll be asking for more of the same, won't you?
Yeah, it was great. First half was great. So it's building on that, building on them really good experiences, and building on the experiences that we didn't quite get right, and analysing them and seeing how we can improve them. And it's just that process, that constant process of trying to get better and better and better. And if we do that, then I think the results will take care of themselves.